In a crisis, a single message can move armies, markets, and populations. A voice says the order has changed. A video shows a leader surrendering. A clip appears to prove an atrocity. But the question is no longer only, did it happen? This is HiTechnomy. Look beneath the surface of the future, powered by Alligence Labs. The question is, who made the evidence, who amplified it, and why did it arrive at this exact moment? In modern defense, the front line is not just territory, it is trust. In this episode, information warfare, deepfakes, and algorithmic propaganda. How artificial media and automated attention systems are reshaping conflict in the cognitive domain. Information warfare is older than the internet. States have used leaflets, radio broadcasts, forged documents, rumors, and controlled media for generations. What changed is speed, scale, personalization, and plausibility. Deepfakes can manufacture a face, a voice, or an event. Algorithmic propaganda can move that material through platforms designed to reward emotion, conflict, and attention. Together, they do not need to convince everyone. They only need to make enough people hesitate, distrust, disengage, or react. That is the new strategic terrain. Not what is true, but what can be made to feel true fast enough. Inside a defense information cell, an analyst watches a clip arrive through open channels. The clip is short, low resolution, emotionally explosive. A public figure appears to make a statement that, if true, could change the tempo of a crisis. The analyst does not have the luxury of certainty. The first task is not belief, it is triage. Where did the file first appear? Which accounts amplified it? Does the voice match known recordings? Do shadows, compression, metadata, and language patterns align? Has any trusted channel confirmed it? This is the bottleneck of the cognitive domain. Machines can generate content at scale. Networks can distribute it in seconds. But legitimacy still has to pass through human judgment, institutional procedures, and public trust. That bottleneck is under pressure, because the attack is not always designed to create a perfect fake. Sometimes the goal is to force delay. Sometimes it is to flood analysts with uncertainty. Sometimes it is to make the public believe that every source is compromised. This is why deepfakes matter even when they fail. In 2022, during Russia's full-scale invasion of Ukraine, a crude deepfake appeared to show President Volodymyr Zelensky telling Ukrainian forces to lay down arms. It was quickly debunked. The visual quality was weak. Officials and platforms responded fast. But its significance was timing. A fabricated surrender message does not need to be cinematic to become a weapon. It only has to appear during the narrow window when confusion is useful. A deepfake is AI-generated or AI-manipulated media that depicts people, voices, places, or events in misleading ways. The first major wave was powered by generative adversarial networks, or GANs. A GAN is a contest between two neural networks. One network generates a synthetic image. The other judges whether it looks real. The generator improves by fooling the judge. The judge improves by detecting the errors. Round after round, the illusion sharpens. More recent systems often rely on diffusion models. Diffusion works differently. During training, real images are gradually corrupted with noise. The model learns the reverse process, how to turn noise back into structure. At generation time, it begins with randomness, then refines it step by step until static becomes a face, a street, or an event that never happened. Audio systems follow a related logic. With enough clean recordings, a model can reproduce patterns in a voice, cadence, accent, tone, pauses, and emotional texture. Audio is especially dangerous because it is lightweight, fast, and intimate. A forged voice can arrive as a call, a message, an emergency alert, or an authorization request. But synthetic media alone does not explain information warfare. A fake sitting unseen on a server changes nothing. The decisive mechanism is distribution. Algorithmic propaganda manipulates attention systems. Bot networks amplify narratives. Troll farms coordinate replies and harassment. Sock puppet personas appear local, authentic, and grassroots. Micro-targeting adapts messages to specific communities and fears. Then engagement systems do the rest. Platforms are not designed primarily to identify strategic truth. They are designed to sort attention. Content that triggers anger, fear, identity, humor, or shock often travels farther than neutral information. Here is the central aha moment. Deepfakes manufacture evidence. Algorithms manufacture momentum. The fusion of the two changes the economics of deception. It becomes cheaper to fabricate what appears to be proof and faster to make that proof appear socially important. The weapon is not just a false video. It is a false video surrounded by signals that say, everyone is seeing this, everyone is reacting, and silence means weakness. In the lab, researchers can detect artifacts, strange blinking, mismatched lighting, unstable frames, unnatural reflections, or audio that does not quite match the mouth. But field reality is harder. Files are compressed, reposted, cropped, captioned, translated, and stripped of metadata. A bad copy can hide forensic clues. A good meme can travel faster than a careful report. The analyst from the information cell is not examining pristine evidence. The analyst is watching a moving swarm of claims. One account posts the clip, 10 more frame it. Influencers react. Opposing communities accuse each other of lying. Platform systems test where engagement grows. The original source becomes less important than the argument built around it. This is narrative laundering. A claim begins in a fringe channel. It moves into a partisan page, then into a larger influencer, then into mainstream coverage as a controversy. By the time the question becomes, is it real, the operation may already have achieved something: attention, distrust, polarization, or delay. And deepfakes are not limited to video. In reported financial fraud cases, criminals have used AI-generated voices to impersonate executives and help authorize transfers. That is not a military operation, but the defense implication is direct. If a cloned voice can move money, a cloned voice could attempt to move access, credentials, crisis messages, or orders. Deepfakes create a second-order problem known as the liar's dividend. Once convincing fakes are possible, authentic evidence can be dismissed as synthetic. A real video of misconduct, a real recording of an order, a real image from a war zone, all can be attacked with the same phrase, fake. This weakens journalism, courts, human rights investigations, intelligence analysis, and battlefield accountability. The Gabon case shows the danger of ambiguity. After President Ali Bongo suffered a stroke and disappeared from public view, a government video was released to reassure the public. Some viewers thought the appearance seemed unnatural. Speculation spread that the video might be synthetic. Soldiers later cited doubts around the video during a failed coup attempt. The lesson is not that the video was confirmed fake. The lesson is that suspicion itself can become destabilizing. This is the fragility problem. When trust is low, manipulation does not need to create a new belief. It can exploit existing uncertainty. Propaganda often works less like mind control and more like an accelerant poured onto social fractures already present. The future of information warfare is not a world where every fake succeeds. Many will fail. Many will be mocked, debunked, or ignored. The danger is volume, timing, and adaptation. Real-time face swaps and voice cloning could target video calls, emergency broadcasts, diplomatic contacts, or secure procedures. Autonomous influence systems could generate messages, test emotional triggers, analyze engagement, and redeploy variants before human teams fully understand the campaign. This pushes societies toward a zero-trust information environment, not real until proven fake, unverified until authenticated. That shift creates pressure for provenance. Cryptographic signatures, secure capture tools, content credentials, trusted archives, and chain of custody metadata. Detection asks, does this look fake? Provenance asks, where did this come from, and what happened to it? For defense, journalism, and civil society, that difference matters, because truth in the digital age may depend less on appearance and more on history. Return to the analyst. A clip arrives. The emotion is immediate. The pressure is real, but the decision process slows the attack down. Check origin. Check context. Check authentication. Check trusted channels. Communicate quickly, but do not amplify blindly. Human control is not a single person overriding the machine. It is a system of habits, institutions, tools, and public expectations that make manipulation harder. The uncomfortable truth is that no detector will permanently solve this. Generators will improve. Distribution tactics will adapt. Political actors will exploit doubt whenever doubt is useful. So the real defense is layered. Technical forensics, provenance, rapid response, media literacy, platform governance, independent journalism, and institutional credibility. Now imagine two identical videos of the same event. One is real, but has no verifiable history. The other is fake, but arrives first, spreads faster, and feels emotionally complete. Which one becomes reality for a society under pressure? The answer may define the next era of defense. If you enjoyed deep dives into the technologies shaping our future, consider subscribing to HiTechnomy. This is HiTechnomy. Look beneath the surface of the future. Join us next time as we explore another technology, system, or breakthrough shaping our world. Powered by Alligence Labs.